Hello, everybody. So I'm now going to look at the squad from 15-man squad for the Ashes, and I'm going to put it into not just one team of what I think is the best team, but I'm going to look at all the different options that people are talking about and what I think about them and how they're going to go. And I'm also going to look at some options that maybe people haven't really been talking about too much, but which might be viable, or might not be, but. So the first one I'm going to look at is the obvious 11 that Bharat Sanderasen, and I think I'm saying his name right, he suggested about 2 or 3 months ago. Now, this 11 sort of ignores the Sheffield Shield form, ignores everything else, and just said, this is what we're doing. And he had Usman Khawaja opening with Jake Weatherald. He had Marnus Labuschagne at 3. He had Steve Smith at 4, Travis Head at 5, Cameron Green at 6, and then Alex Carey at 7, Mitchell Stark at 8, Nathan Lyon at 9, Josh Hazlewood at 10, Scott Boland at 11. This is the obvious 11. So I'm going to call this Team A. So what are the benefits and disadvantages to this? So the benefits are, well, it's really reasonably stable. We have a number 3 who wants to be a number 3 because at the moment we haven't had a number 3 that wants to be there, and that was why Labuschagne got to keep his spot for as long as he did when he was really badly out of form because we had no other number 3. Cameron Green doesn't want to be a number 3 and he is struggling in that role. And when he's bowling again, I think that's going to be a step too far. So this one, it is good in that sense, but there's one big problem, is that we're dropping Bo Webster. Now, England's going to be very happy. I think we're going, hey, we got rid of their best player. We didn't have to do anything. England are going to be overjoyed at seeing the back of Bo Webster. That is going to make them very happy. So, I don't know if Bharat Sanderasen is secretly working for England when he suggests dropping Webster. And he suggested dropping Webster, this was like from 3 months ago. So before any of the Shield matches, this is ignoring the Shields. And this was the team he picked. And some people are saying this is the one that's going to go. So that tip, that 11 that he picked very early on, is still making the rounds. And so, obviously, what's going to happen with Webster, his first class form was never good enough to be picked in a test. And I think he would go into his shell and he'll probably never play for Australia again. Really quite unlikely. I think he'd have to, be so mentally tough to get back. It just doesn't happen. And we know in history, when we have dropped in-form players, it has never worked out well. I know some people are saying, oh no, but we dropped Matthew Hayden when he was in form. We didn't. He was out of form. And, I mean, yes, we did drop Ricky Ponting when he was in form, but that was due to off-field getting bashed up in a nightclub when he got a bit drunk. He got bashed up. He was the victim, but anyway, he got dropped. I still don't agree with that. But anyway, that happened. But no, when we've dropped in-form players, it's always led to disasters. There's no exceptions to this. So, people saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I actually do, and I'm actually looking at what has happened. So that's an absolute disaster. And I also want to say, England will be looking at Labuschagne and I mean, unless they're following Shield cricket religiously or hearing the noise that all the newspapers are saying, they'd be thinking to themselves, hang on, isn't this the guy that, World Test Championship was a joke? Isn't this the guy that in Sri Lanka was the only player that wasn't completely smashing Sri Lanka around? Wasn't this the guy that really looked all at sea against India? Wasn't this the guy that for about 3 years in a row has struggled? Wasn't this the guy that we brought back into the one day team in the hope of getting in form, and it didn't work. And we're now supposed to be scared of him, as if. So that's kind of what they're going to be thinking. They're also going to be thinking, well, you got an inexperienced opener. What's he doing there? Just bringing him in, 31-year-old debutant. And then they're going to go, there's two grandpas in there. There's Usman Khawaja and Nathan Lyon are 38. What are they doing? Khawaja hasn't been in form except for 1-200 against a Sri Lankan team that didn't even care. Otherwise, he's been useless. They say Nathan Lyon was useless all last year, year before that. And what Perth Stadium's going to be, where you're going to pick him. And they're even going to look at our fast bowlers and go, oh, wow, Scott Boland, oh, hopeless in England. We know how to handle him. And they're going to be laughing about this 11. Now, that doesn't mean it was guaranteed to fail, but it's not as strong as we suggest it is. That's team number one. Team A, let's call it. Team B is the same team, but with Bo Webster instead of Cameron Green. And how England's going to look at that is they are going to laugh. They're going to go, oh my good, we got rid of the guy that completely dominated us in county cricket last year. Oh, thank goodness for that. We didn't have to do a thing. Australia are imploding. They've got rid of their only under 30 player. Got rid of the guy that was so in form in county cricket that they got rid of their number 3 for no reason, because shield runs. Like shield runs matter. I mean, and, they will just laugh. And I think in some ways they'll laugh harder at that. They'll go, oh yeah, Bo Webster, yeah, he was obviously undroppable. Best player in their side, but still Cameron Green should have been undroppable too. They will laugh at that. Now then we look at Team C, similar to that, but with both all-rounders playing and not Labuschagne. England will look at that and go, oh, you've got a pretty good player in reserve, but why not play him? You see how this is sort of mentally, because they're contradictory, but this is sort of what they're going to say. They're going to go, oh well, I guess you just got a bit hard to make the Australian level. I think England will be scared if we pick that side without Labuschagne. They'll be like, oh, we're leaving him out. Now let's look at side D, which is play Labuschagne at all costs. And we're having Labuschagne opening. So no Jake Weatherall. England's going to go, you're putting in this guy who never opens to open just so we can put him in. Have you got that few openers around? So this Weatherall's a bit of a joker, isn't he? And that's sort of what they're going to think. But and then we go, okay, we're playing, side E is playing Travis Head opening, and just so we can accommodate Labuschagne at all costs. Head's not going to like that. He's going, oh, haven't I done enough to deserve to play where I want to play? I want to play at 5. And Labuschagne is going to go, yeah, I'm more important than Head. So you're going to have that battle between Head and Labuschagne. If Head is forced to open, he'll be like, get stuffed, Labuschagne. And they're going to be having a bit of a fight. Now, they might. It will depend on how big a fight it is. And England will be laughing. And maybe not as hard, but they'll be going, do you really want to be opening, mate? Don't think you do. Marnus took your spot. Took your spot in the middle order. You got to open just to put up with me. He's a better player than you. Labuschagne, oh, you got some shield runs. Good on you. But you can't handle the pressure, can you? So there's a bit of an issue there. Now, that's side E. Now we look at side F, which is Labuschagne. Weatherall plays Labuschagne's at 3. Just shuffle everyone down a spot. There's no Nathan Lyon. England's going to go, oh, but how are you going to get to take 20 wickets? You go, formidable batting lineup, but how are you going to take 20 wickets? Hey, Starkey, you a bit sore? Been bowling a few too many overs, haven't you? Oh, Joshy Hazelwood. Oh, look, reckon your side's about to fall apart any second. Hey, old boy Scotty Boland. Reckon you can't handle this long, can you? So that's going to weaken the bowling, and particularly if they're going to go, oh, Greeny, can you really bowl that long? So it could work, but that's a bit risky. And then, of course, you got, okay, side F, which is you play Sean Abbott, and they're going to have a field day. They're going to absolutely laugh. And then side G, you're playing Doggett instead of Line, presumably. So this is, Abbott's instead of Line and Doggett's instead of Line. And they're going to go, well, Doggett, who are you? 31-year-old debutant. This is just what Australia do. They just wait until you're over the hill, and then they give you a shot. And then we have the one that I sort of worked out earlier today, which was the one that England's going to hate. Now I'm going to call this side, I think I'm up to H now, which is opening with Travis Head and Josh Inglis. Because England do not want to face up against Josh Inglis. I'm sorry. There's no real spot for him except for the open. And if you play Head and Inglis, then you can play Marnus at 3. You've got Smithy at 4. You've got Green at 5 and Webster at 6. Carey at 7. You've got Stark at 8. Lyons still playing, because England probably don't want to really face him just in case. You got Hazelwood and Boland, and England's going to be pretty upset. But what about Australia? We're then going, well, we've dumped Usman and Weatherald. And Weatherald's going to go, well, what more do I have to do? I've made the side. And Usman's going to go, oh, I thought I was the main opener. I'm just dumped now in favour of 2 people that are not normal openers. Oh. And Inglis is going to go, well, am I still going to keep later? And Head's going to go, is this permanent? So it does upset them a bit, but it upsets us probably more. And there's also, what are we up to side I, which is, have Inglis open with Khawaja. So I think really if Inglis plays, he's probably going to be opening. And yeah, so which of those sides is the strongest? I really think for stability, the one that we go with, the best long-term side, is Khawaja opening with Weatherald. And then you have Green stays at 3, Smith stays at 4, Head stays at 5, Webster stays at 6, and they're all in form. They're doing well. 3 to 6 are all in form. Carey is at 7, and you definitely have to have Hazelwood, Stark, and Boland. Do you have Lyon? I think you don't, because I think we need to be brave enough to play all pace when it's appropriate. I think we keep Lyon when the pitches are spinning. We've got Doggett in the side. I'm not confident in him, but I'm still playing him as the bowler, as the 4th pace bowler. And that is the side that I think is the most stable. It's the best long-term one. Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, what are you doing, dumping Lyon? Well, I am. Because I'm preserving his career. I think Lyon can play for another 4 years. But I don't think he can play in every test for the next 4 years. And I think in order to preserve him and look for the future, we need to be prepared to play 4 pace bowlers on pacey pitches and play 2 spinners on spinning pitches. We need to be a lot more versatile. And, I mean, if Doggett's in the side, why are we not playing him? He's not an injury reserve. So we're looking for the future there. That's probably not our strongest side, but that's our stable side. And the only other one that I would consider is with the extra batsman, and that's if and only if Cameron Green can bowl at good pace and good quality for a good amount of overs. If he's not bowling a good amount of overs, it's not fair on the three premium fast bowlers to take on the extra load. So in that one, yeah, I do have Marnus playing. That's the only scenario where I've got Marnus playing, unless of course Green is injured, in which case I've got Marnus there instead of Green, and he'd be batting at three, and you know. So they're really the three lineups that I'd be looking at, and yeah, I mean, you could go with Lyon, and I really, I, I mean, you have that spin bowling option that we always love to have, but I feel like it's a weak side to go in with Lyon. I think that yeah, it's saying, oh, we have to play a spin bowler. We can't be flexible. We can't play all pace, and we just went with all pace in West Indies. And I think, considering that worked, we need to be prepared to try it again. So yeah, and which of them is the strongest side? In a lot of ways, I feel that playing the extra batsman is the strongest side. Perth was very low scoring last year, and playing the extra batsman would have been really handy. Um, England have a lot of batsmen, a lot of bowling options. I mean, we'll have a similar team to them. They'll have five bowling options if we count the two all round. And then you got Labuschagne and potentially Head or even Smith. So 6, 7, 8 bowling options. You know, we'd be playing a similar team to England's. And it's not necessarily a bad team, but I think the extra pace bowler playing Doggett and not playing Labuschagne is the stronger one than playing the extra batsman. Yeah, there's a few different options, but yeah, I'm relatively confident. Now, this is not what I think the selectors will do. From what I'm seeing, the selectors are just going with what Bharat Sanderasen said, which, just for a recollection, he said this 3 months ago, and that is to have Webster miss out, play Nathan Lyon, open with Jake Weatherall, play Labuschagne at three, and he had Labuschagne batting at three before he got any runs at all. So that's interesting, isn't it? So it's almost like the media have just got behind this one particular commentator. And I'll just have to add, until like the last 12 months, I'd never heard of Bharat Sanderasen. He's not, I mean, I don't know if he just came from out of obscurity and suddenly is magically an influential cricket commentator. It's on TV. Indian, but he seems to be aligned with Australia. Has the long painted fingernails, really long hair, and suddenly he's the guy that everyone listens to. I don't know where this guy came from. I don't know why we're suddenly all listening to him. But it seems almost like the selectors have just gone, right, we just do what he said. Which is interesting. And I know also there have been times when I've had my early prediction from 3 months early and the selectors have suddenly come up with the same thing as me. And I've been like, no guys, don't listen to me. So it seems in a lot of ways like that's what they've done. And if you listen to people, they're increasingly justifying it. Like they had that team in mind 3 months ago, and they've created a narrative to suit the team that they'd already picked. Certainly that Sanderasen had already picked. So That's interesting, isn't it? They'd picked that, and I think the basis of that was, I mean, Labuschagne had scored a century by then, and Bharat said, "No, scored a century, he's in." So it wasn't 5 centuries in 7 matches or anything like that. It was 1 century that created this team, and it was very interesting to me. I think he played in county cricket or something, and it was very interesting to me that that is the team that so many people are saying, "Oh no," as if it's like a new thing, as if they've suddenly thought about it and they're being manipulated. Is that the side that we will actually go with? I don't know. Maybe. I think it would be a massive mistake because Webster has been our saviour in the last 12 months or so, or since he made his debut, which is not quite 12 months ago, 11 months ago. He has been the guy that has stood tall when everybody else has fallen away. He has taken vital wickets. He's good in the field, and we're just throwing that away. Oh no, Labuschagne 6, 7 years ago was a wonderful batsman, not best in the world. Is he the best in the world now? He might be. He might turn up there, get a double century, wins the match. We might get out for a duck. We'll get 3 off 17 balls. I don't think it's something that we can rely on. I don't think it's something that we can say which one it will be. It's a risk. I mean, it's not to say that we couldn't consider playing him, but I don't think we should throw away guarantees because, I mean, we've got to be honest here. Bo Webster is a guarantee because he's had that consistent form. So we're throwing away a guarantee for a risk. Now, throw away a definite failure for a risk, absolutely. But yeah, it seems stupid to me to drop Webster for Labuschagne. It really, really does. Drop Lyon for Labuschagne, absolutely. Only if we've got extra bowlers. But yeah, so they're my teams. I'm not. Yeah, I think that Brendan Doggett playing is good, and otherwise we're keeping that City team for me. Anyway, that's it from me. Bye bye now.